Okay, now that we have all the pieces in place, we need to put them together and start using our swivel. So if you remember earlier, we had our iPad all set up, and I've already clicked into the Swivl app. And so there's one more step that we're going to need to do to be able to connect the iPad into the Swivl. So in order to do that, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the power button on the Swivl. You have a refresh button over here that's really kind of, it's going to connect our two devices. But what we want to do is we want to turn the power on here, and I'm going to hold that button down a little bit, and then I'm going to see both of these lights turn on, and you can see it's actually moving up and down a little bit to show you that the Swivl device is turned on. And we have a red light and we have a green light, and that means it is not actually paired up with our device yet. So what I want to do on my device is I need to go into the settings. And so I'm going to go to settings, and of course you want to make sure that you're connected to the internet. My device is always connected to the internet, but if you borrow one, make sure that you connect it. And I want to click where it says Bluetooth, and I want to make sure my Bluetooth is turned on. So you turn on your Bluetooth, and you should actually see an option for a Swivl, and next to it, it will say not connected. So as soon as you turn your Bluetooth on, these two should start recognizing each other. And so now I'm just going to click on that Swivl, and it's going to connect it to this one. Now, my iPad right now recognizes that I'm filming with a Swivl, so it gives me two options of swivels to connect to, but you should only have that one option. And so now we just wait while these two devices connect to each other. My connection was unsuccessful. Allow. So I need to double check that. It did tell me my connection was unsuccessful, but then it took me to the program. So I'm going to go back into settings, and it still says unsuccessful. So we're going to try it again and give it some time to think about it. If it still doesn't work, a really good solution is to restart your iPad. Usually it may not pick up the device the first time. You restart the iPad and it picks it up the next time. So that's what I'm going to try. And the restart actually worked, and what's interesting is you can kind of see that it's already capturing some video here. A few moments ago it gave me a warning that specifically said, hey, you're not connected to a microphone, because there are a few more steps here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this device and here, once I put it here and move my finger, you should be able to see the Swivl, and of course a never-ending layer of cameras there, so you can see how I'm recording, and you also saw my water in that picture. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this inside the slot in the Swivl, and what I realized I forgot to do was to pull out my marker, and so what I have now, and what I want to point out is my Swivl is going to potentially start following both markers when I turn this on. So I'm going to wait to turn this on to show you how it connects to this device and what you can do with it. There are a few more things that we need to put together first. So if you remember, you also had an audio cable that came in your pack, and what you need to do is you need to connect the audio cable into your iPad. So I'm going to turn this to the side. There's a place for my audio cable right there. Put that in. And then, if you recall, there was a place on the back for a microphone, and that's where I'm going to stick that audio cable. The microphone for the Swivl system is actually inside of your marker. So if you look at my marker right there, that's the microphone. So you're getting sound. Everything you can hear right now is coming through this microphone. That follows me around the room. Just like the camera follows the marker is always by my mouth, and so you can hear me clearly no matter where I am in the room. So if I walk pretty far away from the camera, you can still hear me loud and clear. The other cord that we need to connect then was our USB. And so what I need to do is I'm going to go to the other side of my iPad, and I'm going to plug in basically what would be your charging cable. And so we're going to plug that in here. And then the USB cord itself goes into the back of the Swivl right there. And so our devices are connected. Keep in mind, I don't have the charger plugged in, but you can plug in the charger if you would like, and that will be charging your Swivl. Alright, so we have pretty much everything set up for the Swivl here. So the last step is to grab our marker, and there's actually one more item that's in your bag, and it is this nice little necklace that you can put on so that you can place the marker around your neck. In order to get started though, what I need to do is I need to take a look at the side of the marker. I have two buttons. I have a record button and I have a power button. The first thing I need to do is hold down the power button and get it to connect to my iPad. Now this button, I've discovered you have to hold it down a little bit longer than you normally would, so it feels like it's a long time that you're holding it down, but yeah, it feels like it's a long time that you're holding it down. That didn't feel very long at all. So this is turned on now, and I can do a couple of different things. First, if I come over here, you can see that my swivel is starting to move back and forth. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it is starting to follow my marker. The other thing that I can do is I have this button right here in the center of my marker. If I push that button and I go up or down, I can move my swivel up or down. And so bring my marker over here. Bring my marker back this way, and of course the swivel is following it, and we are all set. We have connected the swivel. Everything is working properly. Once I want to start recording, I push the record button. Go ahead and do that, and you can see the screen shows you we're recording. The marker shows you we're recording.